The Alabama White Thang, yes, that's thang, not thing, is a cryptid creature that is said to inhabit the forests of northeastern Alabama. Some people believe that it is an albino or leucistic Bigfoot. Others believe that it is a completely different cryptid or supernatural creature. Others think that it's simply a misidentified bear or other regular animal. So, let's get into the legend, the science and the stories behind the Alabama White Thang. As with many cryptid sightings, the description varies considerably. As the name implies, almost all variations mention that it's covered in thick white fur. Most witnesses say that it was a bipedal creature and stood about 7 to 8 feet tall. Some witnesses thought that it was more feline, like a lion or tiger, but also had some traits from other animals. Some weirder reports called it a kangaroo with a cat's head or a gray alien creature wearing a furry white outfit. Others point to a more supernatural origin, linking it to various Native American shape-shifting and mysterious creatures, such as a wendigo or crawler. Most will mention the cryptid standard glowing red eyes. Can't have a real cryptid sighting without those eyes. People also have said that it makes a high-pitched screaming sound. Some say this was like a woman screaming, while others thought that it sounded like a panther's cry. Others mentioned that it moved in a quick and agile manner, making a point of it not lumbering like a bear. The Alabama White Thang is often associated with the area around Morgan, Etowah, and Jefferson counties. However, there have been reports of sightings in other parts of the state as well as bordering states. The range of the Thang seems to be the Appalachian Hill Country running along the northern border of Alabama and Tennessee, extending into Georgia and Mississippi. With the exception of Huntsville and Chattanooga, this is a rather rugged rural area. And, the area is no stranger to various other phenomena from odd lights to odd people. It's unclear exactly when the creature started being seen in this area. Some say that the Cherokees encountered such a creature in pre-colonial times. Others point to various cryptid incidents recorded during the early days of European settlement and onward into the early westward expansion period. More recent encounters started in the 1940s, with several sightings getting mentioned in articles in local newspapers. One famous sighting was in 1971. Some hikers near Mentone, Alabama said that they saw the White Thang on a ridge, watching them. A few moments later, the creature made a high-pitched scream and ran into the woods. In more recent years, some people have reported seeing the Thang in suburban Huntsville. One person said that it was digging through their garbage can and ran away once it was spotted. Other people in the region have reported similar sightings, some as recent as this year. So, what is the Alabama White Thang? Mainstream wildlife biologists tell us that it's unlikely that a large hominid creature could maintain a stable population in the area without becoming known to science. While the area is rural, it is a lot more populated than areas of the western U.S., and it has been for centuries. Scientists will also tell you that virtually all cryptid sightings are misidentifications of common animals, if they aren't outright hoaxes. A bear or a large dog is the most common misidentified animal. Of course, others will point out that the bear population in northeastern Alabama is very small, roughly 100 to 200 animals. And, the likelihood of one of these being albino is extremely small. This would make a bear misidentification rather unlikely but not impossible. So, this would leave non-cryptid misidentifications to deer, pets and farm animals. This could be the case in some sightings where the witnesses say the creature was on all fours. Seeing an animal in headlights for a quick moment can make it seem whiter than normal, and you're likely to get the red eyes effect. Another factor is that people tend to see what they want or expect to see. As a casual paranormal investigator myself, I have to be careful not to let this bias my observations with wishful thinking. If a purely biological answer doesn't fit the evidence, this leaves us with supernatural explanations. Let's take a look at a few. Some who have studied Native American shamanism think that the creature is a wendigo, a malevolent spirit. This mythological creature is part of the folklore of Algonquian-speaking First Nations in North America. Yes, it's true that northeastern Alabama isn't in this language group, but they do have similar legends. The wendigo, sometimes called a crawler, is usually described as a giant, cannibalistic humanoid with a heart of ice. The wendigo is said to be driven by an insatiable hunger for human flesh. It is often associated with winter, famine, and starvation. As for how it looks, it is sometimes described as a shapeshifter that can become different creatures. However, the basic look is tall and thin with pale skin and fur with the typical glowing red eyes. This does fit the description given by some witnesses. Others say that the Thang is some type of alien using a disguise or mind control. I guess this is a possibility, although a rather far-fetched one. After all, if they have the technology to do this, why be visible at all? Others say it could be a bioengineered creature, created by government scientists or aliens or both, that escaped or was set free. I suppose this one depends on how far down the conspiracy rabbit hole you want to go. When it comes down to reviewing the evidence, I'm going to go with misidentification with a smattering of hoaxes. I have no doubt that people saw scary things they can't explain. I've been there myself. But, if you take the time to think and review without letting your biases and fears take over, then you might find the truth of a strange encounter for yourself. Is the Alabama White Thang real in some fashion? Or just a mix of misidentifications and hoaxes? Let me know what you think in the comments.